notice something different about the New York skyline? That's because we're in Vegas. The New York influence is being felt all over Sin City. It's diverse, delicious, and expensive. And when the sun goes down, the stars come out.
I heard a little rumor that there's a room in this club that has no social media.
As a partier, I guess, I'm more like easygoing. I just want it to be an easy, fun night.
Get ready to party with us. The culinary craze actually started 20 years ago when celebrity chef Wolfgang Puck opened up an outpost of his LA hotspot, Spago. And the Vegas food scene has never been the same. So you flew in from LA, I flew in from New York, and here we are in Vegas.
Yep.
Trouble.
Hungry. So you're right here in my kitchen at Spago at the Forum. So I'm gonna show you how to make one of our most famous dishes, which is the smoked salmon pizza with caviar. Everybody loves it. Everybody from the old time, from John Collins and Robin Leach to the new stars, they all want our smoked salmon pizza. Now I'm gonna show you how we make it.
Okay.
Give me some pizza dough over here. So we form it in a circle and then we're gonna stretch it.
Nice and thin. And
Nice and thin, so you can stretch it like this, see that?
right. And it doesn't have to be perfect, right?
Yes, no, even if it's not perfectly round, it's okay. Little olive oil. And then we're gonna sprinkle a little onions on top. So we keep it simple, really, not too many things. That's what is delicious, you know, when you really can taste what it is. Now, go right underneath here.
Chef, while you're doing that, I'll have
All right, you're already starting, okay.
I don't like to drink alone.
All right, good. Okay, let's have a drink before we put the pizza in the oven. Cheers.
Cheers to you.
You know what they say, you have to look in the eyes, because if not, they say 7 years of bad sex. We don't want that. We cook it really fast. It is important that it's cooked really fast so it doesn't dry out.
Okay.
Here we make our own smoked salmon. We're gonna slice it really thin.
There's an art to slicing salmon.
I know, so you can see, look at that, see
Oh,
that?
that's beautiful. I could tell that you know what you're doing.
Okay, thank you. My wife tells me the same thing.
How long have you been cooking?
I have been cooking, oh my God, you were not born when I cooked already, you know.
Stop it.
I started when I was 14 years old. My mother was a professional chef, so I started doing the same thing. When I was 12, 11, 13 years old, every summer I worked with her in the kitchen. So, and then I wanted to be an architect, but there was no school in the region where I grew up. So I said, oh, I'm gonna become a cook. And then at 14, I started my apprenticeship, and I never looked back. We were really the first restaurant of any name to open in Las Vegas. We are kind of like the pioneers here. All right, see?
Oh, that's gorgeous.
So now you get it nice and brown.
And crispy.
And crispy. Here I have some creme fraiche and some sour cream mixed with a little dill, shallots, and lemon juice. So we're gonna spread that generously on here. So you get a lot of flavor and richness. And now we're gonna cover it with smoked salmon.
This is so over the top.
I think it's so over the top delicious that once you start eating it, you never stop. Even my 10-year-old son, Oliver, if I ask him what pizza you want, he said, give me a smoked salmon pizza,
Really?
Papa. Yeah,
He's
make
got
me
very
one.
mature taste.
Already, yeah. Chives or dill or anything green to make it look nice.
Beautiful.
And then we finish it with a little caviar.
Now you're talking. Oh, a little bit on every slice?
Everybody gets a little bit, yeah.
Oh, no fighting over the caviar.
No fighting over the caviar.
To you.
Cheers. Welcome. You know, each time I eat it, I love it. I always say one day I'm gonna be tired of it, but I'm never tired of it.
All right, so now we're gonna move on to a little meat, right?
I know, we're in Las Vegas, you know, a lot of meat eaters come here, but You know, meat is still a big thing in America, but I love smaller ones with lots of flavor, smaller pieces of meat and not too much of it. So which one do you prefer? A filet is more tender or the New York steak?
Whatever you say, I'm in your hands.
Okay, let's make 2 fillets maybe, huh?
Okay.
All right, 2 small ones. So, 1. We got cut it the same size. 2. I have salt and pepper here.
You use sea salt.
Yeah, always. Okay, I'm gonna put it in here. Now, how do you like your meat?
Chef, don't get mad at me. I like my meat really well done.
Oh, you and Donald Trump and Obama, they all like their meat well done. What is going on?
I don't know. I
Okay.
like. Is that okay?
It's
Because some
perfectly fine.
chefs don't like that idea.
You know, I prefer it more on the rare side, but at the end, we are here to make you happy. Now it should be brown, so we're gonna turn it over. See how nice and seared they are? So that's what you want. You can touch it, see how nice and crispy is the outside.
Oh
See?
yeah, delicious.
See that?
Oh, so good.
That's what you want. So you get all the delicious flavor. All right, we have a little morels and some porcini mushrooms to go with your steak. A little touch of butter at the end. And just put it right in here. I'm gonna show you now how the sauce has the right consistency. See the back of the spoon? You wanna see the spoon, it shouldn't be totally covered. And then with the finger you go through and you see it has the perfect consistency.
Presentation.
We eat with our eyes first, so it's important that the food looks good. A little over it,
Oh, that looks great.
and maybe a little thing around it, and that's it. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much, Chef, for sharing your secrets with us.
Oh, anything you need from me, you know what? The secret is really to have great ingredients and a good company. That's all that it takes. And a good glass of wine.
I like that.
Yeah.
Bon appetito.
Thank you.
Did we whet your appetite?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Coming up,
You don't need napkins for this dish at all.
is the best view in Vegas really inside this kitchen? Put on your stretch pants, a tour of the New York restaurants sizzling up the Vegas Strip. And later, back-to-back parties. Sin City lives up to its racy reputation. Bikinis, booze, and blackjack. Wining and dining from Vegas is just getting started.
What happens in Vegas may have actually started in New York. Many famous restaurants from Manhattan are betting their new restaurants are going to make it on the Strip. We are in the kitchen of the famous Chris Santos of Beauty in Essex.
Hi,
Hello.
how are you?
Thank you for inviting
Give me
me.
a hug, bring it in. How are you?
Good. So, New York restaurants in Vegas. What's going on here?
It's so exciting. We're here at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas, Beauty in Essex. You know, I'm a huge fan of the Cosmopolitan, always have been, and just always thought that Beauty in Essex, like the look and feel and everything, had such great synergy with the Cosmo. I would come here and stay here and gamble here, and I was like, oh, I really want to do it, and we did it.
Have you adapted the Beauty in Essex menu for Vegas people? Is
Yes.
it different than the New York menu?
Yes, this has become kind of like the newest signature dish here. It's in Vegas only, it's not in the New York City menu. I just love elote. Good Mexican style street corn always is typically rubbed with a chili rub of some sort. This is actually a chili salt that I make that actually includes sugar as well. So what'll happen is it'll really caramelize the scallops nicely. We want to start them on high heat so we can get a beautiful char on them. We're gonna just let them sear. We're gonna add some butter at the end. We just have some charred corn here.
Corn is so good. Why does it have to be so seasonal?
Well, you know, but that's what makes it special. Anything worth having is worth waiting for. And we're gonna go ahead and flip those. Just grab a little cilantro
Oh, I would love that.
right here.
Okay.
And a little lime zest. We're gonna start it up with the lime vinaigrette with agave syrup for sweetness. I'm gonna turn this off and just let it carry. I don't think you put enough cheese.
You didn't even tell me to put the cheese in.
Well, that's why you didn't put enough, because you didn't put any yet.
This dish is so fast.
Yeah, it really is. It's very simple. We make our own garlic aioli to start, and then we add chipotles and lime, and we really encourage, you know, tables to order lots of dishes.
Well, that's beautiful. And then I see you put some extra stuff just in
Yes,
case.
people don't get their own thing here. They just kind of order for the table. You know, we take a plate, pass it around, and It's a fun dining experience.
It really is fun.
We call Beauty Essex, well I call it, like gritty pretty. You know, it's a beautiful place, but it has a little bit of that Lower East Side stuff with the pawn shop in the front.
Should we?
Yes, oh, we
first
should have
of all,
probably, yes. Thank you very much.
Continued success.
Thank you very much.
And right next door, another New York staple, STK. Chef Stephen Hopcraft, how did you score this gorgeous view of the Vegas Strip?
Well, I'll tell you, it took some wheeling and dealing, but we decided that instead of our guests looking at the Las Vegas Strip, that they want to look at the cool vibe that is STK. And I'll tell you, it's probably one of the best vibes you're going to find in Las Vegas or New York.
And what about the gorgeous food that you serve?
Well,
at
right
STK?
here, I'm putting together some of these little burgers. For most of our guests, this is one of the favorites and the staples. We like to take a Wagyu beef and ground that up ourselves. Then we go ahead and sear it on both sides. You can see I've seared our house-made buns with a little bit of our own truffle butter. Once we get these burgers flipped over and going, then I'm gonna adorn them with a little white cheddar cheese. We get these guys going and let that melt up a bit.
So what's with the New York restaurants in Vegas?
Well, I tell you, you know how it is. If you make it in New York, you can make it anywhere, right? Is that what they say? Something like that.
Yeah.
But I think you have to make it in New York if you're going to be able to get a foothold in Vegas. One of the great things about this dish is we really get these onions caramelized and get all that sweetness. We'd like to finish this off with a little tomato. The secret to tomatoes is you always give them a little bit of seasoning.
Oh, yeah.
It brings out all their flavor,
Salt
right?
is good, yeah.
Salt and some black pepper, right?
And I see this little dressing here that's so lonely.
I know, right? We call that our special sauce, right?
Oh,
Who
what's
doesn't?
in it?
We got house-made pickles, we got truffle oil, we got mustard, we got ketchup, mayo, we got everything you'd want on top of this little burger. And the cool thing we do with our sauce is we pile it on pretty lavishly. Oh yeah, that's what really juices it up.
Don't hold back, Chef.
No, I don't. Not when it comes
Just
to
put
sauce.
it in.
See, and that's the
Oh,
look.
yeah.
That's the look that we shoot for. We'll call that guy the STK Little Burger. Cheers.
Cheers.
Love it. You don't need napkins for this dish at all.
We're at another New York outpost, Lavo, inside the kitchen with the chef Mark Marone. What are we making?
Today we're going to make our famous 1 pound Wagyu meatball. Well, I think the idea really was, how do we take classic Italian food, especially New York style Italian food, and really make it Vegas type, right? So in Vegas, everything's bigger and better than everything else in town.
And this is what it looks like. Now, do you fry your meatballs or bake them?
Because they're so big, we'll blast them in the oven super hot to get a nice crust on the outside, and we'll simmer them in a little bit of ragu sauce, pull them out of the oven and top them with fresh ricotta cheese, a little bit of Parmigiano cheese,
Woo!
with extra virgin olive oil over the top, and a little bit of parsley to finish it off.
Oh, that looks amazing.
There you have it. Time to dig in.
Okay, let's do it. Bon appetit. Oh yeah.
That is good. That never gets old.
Just like Mama did make it.
Coming up, Vegas knows how to party. Warning, is this too hot for you to handle? When Whining and Dining from Vegas continues.
Vegas has always moved to a different beat, and at night, the scene here will blow your mind. You can sleep all day and party all night. The newest and hottest clubs on the Strip are spectacular and extravagant. Are you curious? Follow me inside Intrigue. So tell us what's so different about Intrigue.
So Intrigue is an intimate upscale experience. It's more about the guest experience, both the VIP table customer as well as the general admission customer. The tables are a lot bigger and more spaced out so the customers have room, and then the walkways and the bars are set up to where the general admission customer can flow through the room and kind of migrate around the venue versus maybe being boxed into a small space.
I heard you have different rooms here.
So there's 3 different experiences at Intrigue. There's the main room, which has that big club sound. There's an outdoor patio, which actually has a bar that we carved into the mountain. When
Wow.
you see the venue, you'll experience that. And then there's a 94-foot waterfall that cascades as the backdrop of Intrigue with a fire feature in the water. And then, of course, we have our private club.
And who gets to go to the private club?
Well, it's a small group that actually makes that decision. We have a lot of celebrities that have been through the club.
Supermodel Gigi Hadid among the stars who come to party.
I feel like when you just have such great service and such a beautiful place to be, it just works out, and that's why it felt like the place I wanted to come for my 21st.
Cameras capturing Gigi's over-the-top 21st birthday. Talk about models and bottles. And on any given night, she's not the only one intrigued and intrigued.
I have no idea what's in store for us, but we're all excited just to see what the inside of this place looks like. I feel like the Wynn is so good at creating such magical environments.
I heard a little rumor that there's a room in this club that has no social media and no, it's pretty private. I think we like that.
Want to have a more zen experience? How about trying out Tao? A spiritual scene that's over the top. Inside the 60,000 square foot restaurant, lounge, and club, you can eat, drink, and sweat the night away. A voyeuristic experience that will whet your palate and your body. Just check out their sexy daytime pool parties. Can you handle this? Jumping into a pool of people while cooling off to the sounds of the hottest DJs in the world, including DJ Khaled and Jermaine Dupri. Just some of the big names turning Vegas into a non-stop party.
Next, Michael's got some big hands. Big Michael Jordan type hands. I had to throw that in there.
Michael Jackson, Lady Gaga. Sit down with Rosanna. Hey, it's Vegas, and anything can happen.
There was a time when Elvis impersonators were the big draw in Vegas, but that big old hound dog is getting some stiff competition from tribute artists like Lady Gaga and Michael Jackson, who just happened to be hanging out with me at Giada's restaurant in the Cromwell Hotel in between the longest running show on the Vegas Strip, Legends in Concert. Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
How are you doing, the little monster?
Fabulous, fabulous. I just found this little headdress in my closet. Thought I would just whip it out.
That's how she does it. You look good.
And Michael, are you feeling okay?
I feel great. Thank you for having us. We're having a great time. We're thankful.
Woohoo! Hey. So when did you realize that you and Michael have a lot in common?
Well, I think it was brought to my attention probably when I was just exiting high school. I love to dance, I love to sing, I love the entertainment business in general, and people just challenged me to take it on as a task, give it a shot, have some fun with it. Never thought it'd turn into this and be on the Strip and be doing this for 20 years successfully at Las Vegas.
Have you ever met Michael Jackson?
Yes, I have. He's an excellent guy.
What did he say to you?
He said, "Show me a move." I was in awe. It was electrifying. It was amazing. So he was such a gentleman. One thing I think a lot of people may not know about this, Michael's got some big hands. Big Michael Jordan type hands. I had to throw that in there.
I'm going to say the same thing Michael said to you. Show me a move. Gaga, when did you realize that you can empower yourself and become Gaga?
And when Gaga came into the scene, several years back in the early 2000s, she caught my interest because I noticed there was something distinctly different about her than all of the other pop artists female pop artists that had preceded her. So I was like, hang on a second, what's that about? So we started researching her, and I found her to be very engaging, and I loved the fact that I happened to have a background as well, not only in singing and dancing, but also acting and classically trained in piano. So I thought that was pretty fierce that there was an opportunity for me to engage in all of the different art forms and skills that I had trained in.
I love the fact that you actually wear the same crippling shoes
as
Gaga does.
I do.
Oh,
get a load of those. I need extra insurance. No, they don't. It's more of an illusion, but I don't want to give it all away. So I'm not. But if you would like to try them on.
Congratulations on the longest running show on the Vegas Strip at the Flamingo, and other tribute artists are there as well, right? Okay, all the best to you.
Thank you so
Continued
much.
success.
Thank you so much.
Vegas loves to reinvent itself. It's over the top and fun. And while wining and dining here can burn a hole in your wallet, just remember, there's always the all-you-can-eat buffets. Come back soon. I'm Rosanna Scotto.